Is the president definitely going to veto the bill?
I think he's been clear. He is not a fan of old oil. This has been a controversial issue, a thorny issue. Even when Hillary Clinton was in the State Department, there was clear signs that this wasn't going to happen. Now the fact that he has a Republican Congress that is trying to be very aggressive and moving their own agenda despite him, it's clear to me that he's going to veto this.
Does this necessarily mean bad news for the oil industry in America if this happens?
Not at all. I think the problem with politics and just generally oil industry is that there will always be a way to transport the oil, and that's exactly what's happening now. The oil is moving by rail to the Gulf Coast refineries, which, by the way, is a lot more risky because of the problems. We've seen huge amounts of issues with rail and the blasts that we've seen. And there is a market. What happens is Canadian crude oil prices trade at a huge discounts because it needs to get out, and it's doing so by rail. The pipeline, whether it's approved or not, won't change that. However, had the pipeline been approved, it would have been a safer way of transporting that oil.
Well, the politics around this have been messy from the very beginning. The Canadians, frankly, did not handle this the way they should have had this. This is our most important ally in the region. This should have been a simple, easy thing, but they mishandled this coming out of the gates. It has been clear that this president has not been a fan of big oil, small oil, any oil. He's been a renewable guy. So the politics, large P, for everyone has been mishandled here.
Well, how did the Canadians mishandle this? Because the message consistently from the Canadians has been, we think this is a good idea. We're happy to work together with our cousins in the South to make this take place.
Yeah, they should have gone much more grassroots. They should have gone much more grassroots. This is a president that disdains Washington, D.C. They thought that they would be able to do an aerial assault, big lobbyists, big advertising, and it backfired on them. They didn't anticipate that this would be a president that, frankly, is not pro-oil, particularly big oil. So I just think that they mishandled it from the very beginning. They should have gone grassroots, bottom up, and really look for allies that could tell their story. What they've done is allowed the environmentalists and the president's disdain for all things Washington to really drive the agenda.